It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Trey McBride. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their first-year quarterback, taken in the 3rd round of this past April's draft.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 15 carries, 87 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll look to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely, as one of the better coaches in the league always tells me. On offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Aviators put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Throwing is Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 7. Now a first carry here for their running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Hall to start the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. And hang on here, we've got an injured player, and that's the running back, Breece Hall. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
He's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got McBride here over the middle. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Bowen. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's McBride. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, this is one of those plays where your instincts actually go against you. You really need to try and knock that down, but it happens so fast, partner.
Yeah, you see the ball in the air, maybe even though you're behind the line, you just think, I need to catch this and try to make a play.
Yeah, what you really need to do, knock it to the ground and just go ahead and go to the next down because now you're probably going to lose yardage.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Hurts going to keep it running right.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now the try here for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Hurts. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Back to throw again.
Finding room at midfield.
And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bowen. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he floated one out there incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best? Yeah, I'll say it. It's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns, as they'll have to contend with the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And then finally, a good one on Sunday night between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. Remember, he called his own number on the touchdown run earlier, and that's something he's been able to do with some frequency this season, as you see here where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll look to throw again.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 16-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
On play action, they'll throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll give to Hall. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A quick throw there is incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Austin, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Gets by him at the 25. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but, hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on third down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes him.
This 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Hall.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Straight ahead is Hall.
He gets away from one. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this complete to Whittington.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Aviators look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Throwing is Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo.
9 yards the pick up there, and it's a first down.
Hurts.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Okonkwo.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Aviators offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
In motion goes the tight end. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10,
just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space.
Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Back to throw again.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts.
And it's caught.
And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Eagles 21.
So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts. But even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Fourteen-yard line, 2nd and 11. Hall on a give up the middle.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Austin, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
There will be a fucking drama. You know, what somebody. maybe. Myself still. Everything really runs through. But you can't let the grass grow. All over. If I own cut the picture, it's the ball in the middle of the toughest. Long-suffering lawyers, etc. Now, question is, how do we practice this? Down, flat down. Stevenson, cleared up the play. He was lucky, off himself. Now I know so that you thought he'd lost the puck and missed the ball. Nothing doing. Who controls the play? Jackson. Now there are no breaks in the bunch of good, practical, free, playing, suckers. So I thought to myself, who do I know who's also exactly impracticable, insane, dangerous option? So, I just went back and we looked at the streets, more we don't even have the time to pull the next thing, but stick with the cup, put the apple in his life, and stick away from the street with the mile. Then a cup, we come in, the lower place. There's no confidence. So, outside. Please, you know, yes, yeah, so, I'm not sure that that's, you know, the solution. Now, you don't have to be virtual on the level. The nice thing. Oh, without the floor. So, don't say there is not much to these are the things that they are. It makes you himself. How to find it? Well, you find that's it. Even pictures. That time. This black is good for the moment. And I'm not the only one that you see up to the and it's like but into 52 equals up. 2 The purpose,